The apartment blocks on the outskirts of Seoul are a stone's throw from North Korea. But for Choi Seong-guk, it's another world. He fled 7 years ago and now relishes freedom with every stroke of his cartoonist pen.
이렇게 바뀌는데 이게 그리고 사람은
The North is an artificial world, he says. You have to hide your feelings and the truth. I had to get out. He now nervously follows developments back home and recounts his own escape, frame by vivid frame, online for curious South Koreans. It's a nightmare, Choi says. You risk getting shot crossing the border, being tortured if caught, and dragged off to your execution. Still, every year, thousands try. They bribe officials and pay brokers to get them out. There's even a kind of underground railway, a network of safe houses through China to help them dodge the police, who would send them back. The lucky ones make their way through Laos or Thailand and on to South Korea. Up to 1,500 defectors land in Seoul every year, though the number is dropping because of crackdowns en route. They've built a community of some 30,000 in the south, each getting a modest subsidy from the South Korean government and help from NGOs. That includes tutoring to brush up on skills required in a competitive market economy. The language and culture here is at once familiar and totally alien. For instance, outbursts of individual expression on the street won't get you arrested in South Korea. Neither will journalism. That's what Park Sang-gae is studying at a university in Seoul. She defected from the north with her parents, but left a large family behind.
남겨진 친척들과도 이제 만날 수 있는 그런 기회가
My big dream is to see my broken family again, she says, but I can't go back. For the regime there, I'm a traitor and they'll kill me. Park's been hearing threats of war all her life, and she's largely immune to those. What troubles her is the money spent on guns instead of food. People are suffering. They've been extorted all their lives for these weapons, so they're poor and angry. Citizens in the north are also being kept in the dark. This radio station in Seoul tries to change that, to pressure the regime by informing people about world condemnation of Pyongyang's weapons. We're trying to increase knowledge and build up resistance to the nuclear program, says Lee Kwang-baek of NK Radio. Ordinary people can't protest there, but passive resistance would make a huge difference. Many in the South are trying to make a difference. Cartoonist Choi doesn't just draw pictures, he also helps others who want to defect, with advice and sometimes money. Sasha Petrusik, CBC News, Seoul.